Hi students, good evening. Welcome to this video session. I remain Samuel Dominic Chukwuemeka, aka Sam Dom for Peace. In this video, we shall continue from where we stopped. This is part 4 on literal equations. So that means we have part 1, part 2, part 3. So please, if you go to my website, www.samuelchukwuemeka.com or www.chukwuemekasamuel.com, you click on mathematics, you click on algebra, and you click on under the notes, look for expressions and equations. So when you click on expressions and equations, it brings you to this website here, www.expressions-equations.blogspot.com, and you just go to the videos, click on the videos, and you will see literal equations. It is a video playlist. It is a video playlist. So this will be the 4th video in that playlist. It is important you view those videos in order. Importante. It is important, es importante, that you view the videos in that playlist in order. So part 3, we solved questions on ACT, on WASSCE, on CSEC, and on JAMB. The past questions on literal equations. We solved the past questions from these exams on literal equations. So in the part 3, we did now if you go to this website, you can go to solve the examples and you will see the transcript of this video. If you go to the website, on the videos you will see the video playlist on literal equations. Then in the solve the examples on literal equations, you will see the transcript of this video. So we have already solved these questions. So we're going to pull up the questions from my website. So as usual, you are encouraged to pause for each question I write. You try to solve it on your own. By the time you view the 3 previous videos, parts 1, 2, 3, you should be familiar with this topic. So I encourage you to pause the video, try it on your own, then play the video and check your solution with my solution. And you can also check the written solution. In the solution I have on this website, I explained it very well, to be honest. Like I mentioned in the previous video, this video is mainly for visual learners, those who like to see somebody talk and explain. Some people like to see some verbal and visual explanations rather than just reading a written work. So that is the essence of this video. For those students who like verbal explanations, those students who are visual learners, who want to see somebody, physical person, work it out. So please, but I will be explaining it, but I will not write the whole explanations because I have already reading it. So there's no point writing it again. And we have several questions to solve tonight. So I want to save time. I want us to save time, so and I have already solved it. All right. Okay, let's continue. We stopped at question 40. In part 3, we stopped at question 40. So this part 4, we shall continue with question 41. We shall continue from question 41. Question 41 is JAMB. Question 41 is JAMB. And like I said in part 3, I will not write the options for those of them that JAMB, WASSCE, and ACT are multiple choice. Then we also have a WASSCE that is essay. And we also have, and then CSEC is essay. So for those multiple choice, I will not write the options because it is already there on the website to save time. Okay? Something important also, I said in part 3. This video is meant to show all work. All work. However, you know that these exams are timed exams. For the ACT, it is 60 questions to be solved in 60 minutes. So you are expected approximately to solve a question in a minute. However, like I said earlier, some questions will take you less than a minute to solve. Some questions will take you more than a minute to solve. So one of the important skills being measured with the ACT is time management. How can you maximize your time to finish those 60 questions in 60 minutes? So the expectation is that you should, for those questions that you solved in less than a minute, the time that you gained, the time saved, the extra time you saved from by solving those questions, you should use for those questions that will take you more than a minute. That is the expectation. So let's say you solve some questions, you can solve it in 20 seconds or 30 seconds. So that means that the extra 30 seconds you saved, you should use it for the other question that might take you a minute and 30 seconds. That is the expectation. All right? So I'm showing all my work. I am showing all my work. It will benefit CSEC students most, because CSEC students, it's not multiple choice. You have to show all work. Yeah. So, but for those students that are taking JAMB, ACT, and the WASSCE multiple choice, please note that you have to maximize your time. You have to maximize your time. Don't solve it like I do. Otherwise, you will not save time. Okay? You will not. So it's better you just, I'm explaining all my work for those that are learning this topic. Yeah. But in actual solutions, please maximize your time. All right? Okay. I will be going back and forth to make sure my laptop does not sleep. All right. So question 41 is a JAMB question. Make N the subject of the formula if W is equal to V 2 plus Cn all over 1 minus Cn. So we solve this for N. Okay. We explained this in part 3, so please, it is important you view part 3 prior to viewing part 4. So we can just do cross multiply, or we can multiply both sides by 1 minus Cn, or we can just do cross multiply, because this is like saying W over 1 equal to V 2 plus Cn over 1 minus Cn. So we can just, we used yellow chalk. I'm using yellow chalk, okay? So we explained the cross product in part 3. We explained it already. So this will be W times 1 minus Cn equal to 1 times V times 2 plus Cn. So distribute this. W minus WCn is equal to V times 2 plus Cn. So W minus WCn equal to 2V plus VCn. Then you collect like terms in n, and we don't want negatives. So move up, rearrange. Okay, we explained rearrange in part 3, and also in the videos on linear equations. We explained rearrange. So if we don't want to divide by negatives, let us avoid that. So we're going to bring this guy over here, take this guy over here. So that would be W minus 2V equal to VCn plus WCn. If you do not understand what I just did, then please go back and view parts 1, 2, 3. Alright? So if you did not understand what I just did now, please view the parts 1, 2, 3. So to save us time. Alright, now we swap. We now have VCn plus WCn equal to W minus 2V. Then we factor the left-hand side by GCF. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. The GCF is Cn. So Cn V plus W equal to W minus 2V. Then divide both sides by V plus W. Divide both sides by C times V plus W. Okay, because we want to isolate n. We want to isolate n. So divide both sides by C times V plus W. So this is Cn V plus W divided by C times V plus W equal to W minus 2V over C times V plus W. We cross out, bam, 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 bam. So N is W minus 2V over C times V plus W. And that becomes our answer. Now we check the option to make sure the option is there. Alright, so the option they wrote here, we have 1 over C W minus 2V over V plus W, which is still the same thing. And that is option A. Option A. Option A. Alright, question 42 is WASSCE. WASSCE. Oh, this one is pretty straightforward. Make M the subject of the equation y equal to mx plus c. make m the subject of the equation. So this means solve for m. Swap. Swap, we have mx plus c equal to y. Subtract c from both sides. Subtract c from both sides. So mx plus c minus c equal to y minus c. This goes. So we now have mx is y minus c. Divide both sides by x. Divide both sides by x. Mx over x equal to y minus c over x. Bam, bam. M is equal to y minus c over x. And that is option B. Option B. So we have several questions to do tonight. So let's hope we can finish it. Let's hope we can finish all the questions we planned for tonight. Question 43 is CSEC. CSEC. When a number x is multiplied by 2, the result is squared to give a new number y. So it says when a number x multiplied by 2, so this gives us 2x as the result. Then it says the result is squared to give a new number y. So this result is squared, you square it, to give you a new number y. I express y in terms of x. Express y in terms of x. So this means make y the subject of the formula. So 2x all squared this is 2 squared times x squared is y. So this is 4x squared is y. So swap, you swap y equal to 4x squared. Remember in part 3 we discussed why you should put the variable on the left hand side. We discussed the reason in part 3. Whatever you're solving for, that specified variable that you are solving for, you make sure it is on the left hand side of the equation, right? So this is the I part. Then I determine the two values of x that satisfy the equation y equal to x and the equation derived in I. So what they are saying is they want us to determine the two values of x that satisfy these two equations. So this means that y is equal to y. Please, if you go to this website also, you look for quadratic equations. You read the notes and you view the videos. Quadratic equations. Quadratic equations. Because this is a quadratic equation. So this means that 4x squared is equal to x. Now this is an incomplete quadratic equation. Incomplete quadratic equation. If you read the notes there, you will see how I explained how you can solve incomplete quadratic equations. This is third term missing. The third term is missing. So when the third term is missing, you set everything to 0. So we have 4x squared minus x is 0. Then you factor the left-hand side by GCF. Factor the left-hand side of the equation by GCF. The GCF is x. So x, 4x squared divided by x is 4x minus x divided by x is 1 equal to 0. Then you use the zero product property. Zero product property. So x is equal to 0 or 4x minus 1 equal to 0. So this is one answer, one value. They are asking for two values. This is one value, x equal to 0. Then 4x minus 1 is 0. 4x is equal to 0 plus 1. 4x is 1. X is 1 over 4. You divide both sides by 4. You get 1 over 4. Alright? That is question 43. Question 44. Question 44 is CSEC. CSEC. It's two questions. BI. Make C the subject of the formula. So you have a Fahrenheit Celsius conversion. Fahrenheit temperature. Celsius temperature conversion. To convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, you have 9 over 5 C plus 32. So they want you to now solve for C. They want you to, this is the equation to convert a temperature in Celsius to a temperature in Fahrenheit. But they want you to now calculate, to now find the conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius or to centigrade temperature. So they've given you centigrade to Fahrenheit conversion. They now want you to find Fahrenheit to Celsius or Fahrenheit to centigrade conversion. So let's swap, and 9. Now this means F equal to 9C over 5 plus 32. That is what it means. Alright? Some people, they say the C should be where the fraction bar is. They are scared. Where does the C belong? The C belongs to the numerator. Okay? Look, when you have 9 over 5C, this means 9 over 5 times C over 1. That is what it means. So this means 9 times C over 5 times 1. So this is 9C over 5. That is the meaning. Alright? So F is equal to 9C over 5 plus 32. Swap. We swap. 9C over 5 plus 32 equal to F. Divide and subtract 32 from both sides. Subtract 32 from both sides. So 9C over 5 plus 32 minus 32 is equal to F minus 32. Plus 32 minus 32, that goes. So we now have 9C over 5 equal to F minus 32. Multiply both sides by 5, or you can do cross product, or you just do multiply both sides by 5. 5 times 9c over 5 equal to 5 times f minus 32. Bam, bam. So this is 9c is 5 times f minus 32. Divide both sides by 9. Now remember, we wrote this in part 3. We wrote this in part 3. Add 2. Add 2. Add 2. Subtract from. We explained it in part 3. So please look at part 3. Subtract from. Multiply by. Divide by. Okay? You have to use the correct terminologies. You have to use the correct terms, the correct syntax. So now divide both sides by 9. 9c divided by 9 equal to 5 times f minus 32 divided by 9. Bam, bam. So c is equal to 5 times f minus 32 divided by 9. And that's your answer. Alright, this is I. Given that f is 113, calculate the value of c. Find c. So c is equal to 5 times 113 minus 32 all over 9. So c will be equal to 5 times 3 minus 2, 1. 11 minus 3 is 8. 5 times 81 over 9. So 9 can divide 81. 9 into 9, 1. 9 into 81, 9. So c is equal to 5 times 9. So c will be 45. It should be 45 degrees Celsius. Yeah. But you know, they didn't put f equal to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. But normally you should put c equal to 45 degrees Celsius. You should always put the unit. Always put the unit. 45 degrees Celsius. It is important. Any measured quantity should have a unit. Alright. But they didn't put the degree here, so I mean, if you write 45, that's fine. However, it will be good if you put the unit. Yeah. So this tells you that 113 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to a 45 degrees Celsius. Okay? Question 45. Question 45 is a CSEC. CSEC. Well, we have two sub questions. You know, CSEC has, like, you have parents that have children, and the children have children also. So you have the grandfather, you have the father, you have the child. It has several questions. Okay, it says here, Adam, Imran, and Shaquille were playing a card game. Adam scored X points. So Adam scored X points. Adam scored X points. Imran scored 3 points fewer than Adam. So Imran scored 3 points fewer. So if Adam scored 5 points, Imran scored 5 minus 3, which is 2. 3 points fewer. 5 minus 3, which is 2. So if Adam scored X points, Imran scored X minus 2 points. X minus 2. Please, in this website, you will see translating word problems. Translate English to math. So you note the terms, fewer than, less than, right? And I did videos on that also. Translate from English to math. From English to math. Word problems is not difficult, not difficult. Just if you know the translation from English, you just see it as from English to math. All right? So, Shaquille's called, let me just say it's not challenging, I try to, as a teacher, there are some terms I avoid, And to be honest, in Nigeria I did not avoid those terms. But in America, I have to be careful, I have to, because I used this, and then my supervisor said, okay, if you use this, then some people might think, okay, so let me say this. So I avoid saying that something is very easy, okay, because if you say something is easy, actually I should have said it's not challenging, okay. So I avoid saying something is very easy or that something is easy, because if you say something is easy, then one of your students might say, oh, wait a minute, Mr. C said this is easy, and I still don't get it. So that means I must be dumb, So no, you're not dumb at all, no. So I avoid saying that it's easy, because I don't want some students to okay, you say it's easy and they're not getting it, then they might say, oh wow, something must be wrong, So then I avoid saying something is difficult, because if you say something is difficult, some people, you've just turned them off right away, so they have bad anxiety, and then you come and say it's difficult. So, hey, forget it. I don't want to do it anymore. So I avoid saying something is difficult. So I prefer to say, hey, you can do it, you can do it. This student, some of my previous students, they did it. You can. Let's work together. You can do it. It's a learning process here in America. Because back in the day when I had my bachelor's degree in Nigeria, bachelor's in engineering, civil engineering, that was actually my bachelor's degree. Can you imagine that? A civil engineer is teaching. Okay, but I have always loved teaching. It's in my talent. It's one of the talents given to me by God. By God Almighty, teaching to explain well. So I would rather say something is not challenging. How about that? Or you can do it. Okay. So, all right. Let's continue. Imran scored 3 points fewer than 3 points fewer than Adam, not 2. X minus 3. Okay. So if Imran scored 5 points, 3 points fewer will be 5 minus 3, which is 2. So 3 points fewer than Adam is X minus 3. Shaquille scored twice as many points as Imran. Shaquille scored 2 times. Twice is 2 times. Twice as many points as Imran. So 2 times X minus 3. Together they scored 39 points. Altogether they scored 39 points. So X plus x minus 3 plus 2 times x minus 3 equal to 39. Excuse me. I write down in terms of x an expression for the number of points scored by Shaquille. We've already done that. That's this. Alright? So this is actually 2x minus 6. Then it says, I write an equation which may be used to find the value of x. So let's solve this. We now have x plus x minus 3 plus 2x minus 6 equal to 39. Distributive property. It is also on this website. Look at the video. Distributive property. So x plus x is 2x. 2x plus 2x is 4x. Minus 3 minus 6. You owe 3, you owe 6. You owe 9. Equal to 39. You add 9 to both sides. 4x is 39 plus 9. So 4x is 48. You divide both sides by 4. X is 48 divided by 4. So x is 12. Right? Question 46. Question 46 is CSEC. CSEC again. It says here, it has a child that it has a parent with 2 kids. It is C, and the C has I and II. A formula is giving us D equal to square root of 4h over 5. I determine the value of D when h is equal to 29. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Determine the value of D when h is equal to 29. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. That's I. Alright, so h is 29. So D is equal to square root of 4 times 29 over 5. So D will be square root of 4 times 9 is 36. 36 carry 3. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11 over 5. Well, this time I brought my calculator. I did. This time I did. Part 3 I did not. But this time I remembered it. I brought it. So D will be equal to, let's get this. Square root of 116 divided by 5. Okay, 5 into 11. Let me just do it here. 23.2. Yeah, 5 into 11 is 2, 10, 16 is 3. Okay? So, remaining that. I hope you know how to do this without calculator. Because why I want to use this calculator is just the 3 significant figures. So 5 into 11 is 2, 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, this is 16. 5 into 16 is 3, 3 times 5, 15. 1. Put your decimal, put 0. 5 into 10, 2. You remember this, right? Okay, so now we do the square root of the answer. This gives us D is equal to 4.8166 37832. Yeah, but you are allowed to use calculator, so please feel free to make sure you get it correct. Okay, now I'm used to not using calculator. Okay, JAMB does not require calculator. ACT does not require, but ACT, I take it back, ACT does, but JAMB does not. So, alright, so this is the answer, but they want it to 3 significant figures. So we count 1, 2, 3, and this is 6. Call it 2. So these are approximately 4.82. If you don't know significant figures, then please go to my website, look for technical math. On my website, samuelchukwuemeka.com or chukwuemekasamuel.com. Look for technical math and you'll see measurements and unit. You will see significant digits. So please view that video. Okay? Yeah, but this is to 3 significant figures. Will be 4.82. Alright, II, it says make H the subject of the formula. Make H the subject of the formula. Make H the subject of the formula. So let us swap. Let's swap. We have square root of 4h over 5 equal to d. Square both sides. Square both sides. So square root 4h over 5 all squared equal to d squared. We explained in part 3 and actually previous videos, parts 1, 2, 3, about square. If it's square root, you square. If it's cube root, you cube. Alright, if it's fourth root, you raise to exponent 4. We have explained all these in previous videos. So please look at those. So this is 4h over 5 equal to d squared. Multiply both sides by 5. Multiply both sides by 5. Multiplica. So we have 5 times 4h over 5 equal to 5d squared. 5 times d squared is 5d squared. So 4h equal to 5d squared. Divide both sides by 4. 4h divided by 4 equal to 5d squared divided by 4. H is equal to 5d squared divided by 4. That's it. Okay? Alright. Question 47. We are getting there. We are getting there. Question 47 is CSEC. CSEC again. The quantities F, M, U, V, and T are related according to the formula F is equal to M V minus U over T. So you need physics, right? Physics. Force, mass, final velocity, initial velocity, time. And of course, this is MA, acceleration. Acceleration is V minus U over T. So F is equal to MA, mass times acceleration. Okay, this has some kids, okay? It has some children. Find the value of F when M is equal to 3, U is equal to -1, V is equal to 2, and T t is equal to 1. Alright, let's do I right away. So this will be f is equal to 3 times 2 minus 1 over 1. So f will be equal to 3 times 2. When you hate somebody, permit me, I'm always for love. I love you. But permit me to use the word hate. Minus is hate. So when you hate somebody, oh, I hate to hate you, that means I love you. So 2 plus 1 over 1. So f is equal to 3 times 3. Because this is over 1, which is 6. Oh, sorry, 3 times 3, 9. So f will be 3 times 3, which is 9. Alright? Okay, the next one, it says make V the subject of the formula. Make V the subject of the formula. Make V the subject of the formula. Please, if you don't understand this, go and view integer operations. That is under arithmetic. Under arithmetic, how minus is plus. When you hate somebody, that means you love the person. Look for integer operations under arithmetic. Go to my website, arithmetic, integer operations, and view the videos there. Alright, integer operations. So the next one is make V the subject of the formula. So let us swap. Let's swap. We have n times V minus U over T equal to F. Multiply both sides by T. Multiply both sides by T. So T times, let me use bracket here. T times M V minus U over T equal to T times F, Ft, which is Ft. Bam, bam. So this is M times V minus U equal to Ft. Divide both sides by M. Divide both sides by M. So M times V minus U over M equal to Ft over M. Bam, bam. So this means that V minus U is Ft over M. Add U to both sides. Add to. Add U to both sides. So we now have that V minus U plus U equal to Ft over M plus U. So this means that V is equal to Ft over M plus U. This is correct, okay? However, if you want to go further, if you want to simplify further, then we can. So this is Ft over M plus U over 1. I have done videos on fractions. If you don't understand how to add fractions, look at those videos I did on fractions. So LCD is M. V will be equal to this. M into M is 1. M divided M is 1. 1 times Ft is Ft. Plus 1 into M. 1 divided M is M. M times U is Mu. So this is correct. This is correct. But this is the simplified form to make it only one fraction. Alright. Question 48. Question 4DA. Question 4DA is ACT. HCT. Given that C is equal to 10B cubed plus 50, which of the following is an expression for B in terms of C? So we want to solve this for B. So let us swap. 10B cubed plus 50 is equal to C. Subtract 50 from both sides. Subtract 50 from both sides. 10B cubed plus 50 minus 50 is C minus 50. 50 minus 50, gone. So 10B cubed is equal to C minus 50. Divide both sides by 10. Divide both sides by 10. So 10B cubed divided by 10 is C minus 50 divided by 10. So we have that B cubed is C minus 50 over 10. Take the cube root of both sides. We have explained this. We explained this concept. We explained this concept already. Take the cube root of both sides. Cube root of B cubed equal to cube root of C minus 50 over 10. So this is B will be cube root of C minus 50 over 10. So let us check to make sure the answer is there. Alright, if you look at the answer options, this exact is not there. So let us put it in a way that it's there to look like the answer, here. Alright? So we simplify further. So we can get the answer in the option. So this means, from what I'm looking here, how far should I simplify? C over 10 minus 5, 1 over 3. Alright. Yeah. So this will be, B will be, this is a cube root of C over 10 minus 50 over 10. Because I am looking at the options there. I am looking at the options there to simplify what they need. So B will be cube root of C minus 10, C over 10 minus 5. 50 divided by 10 is 5. So B will be C over 10 minus 5, all exponent 1 over 3. Like we said earlier in previous videos, in part 3 also, fractional exponents gives you radicals. Fractional exponents gives you radicals. So this is option F. This is option F. Let me say this though. Let me say this first. This is option F. I want to say this. If you look at option H, option H is this. Option H is 1 over 10 C minus 50 raised to exponent 1 over 3. This is wrong. This is wrong. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Because this is after you have brought out the 1 over 10. This is like, say, 1 over 10 times cube root of c minus 50. So after you have brought out 1 over 10, so this option is wrong. It's as if you brought out 1 over 10, then you will have 1,000. Like if you had it like this, cube root c minus 50 over 1,000. This is like this here. So in this case, this will be cube root of c minus 50 over cube root of 1,000. So this will now give you cube root of c minus 50 over 10. Because cube root of 1,000 is 10. So please take note. It is incorrect. Option H. Okay? Next question is question 49. 49. Question 49. Question 49 is JAMB. Question 49 is JAMB. JAMB questions are technical. Anyway. Alright, question 49 is JAMB. So we have, if S is equal to square root of t squared minus 4t plus 4. Find t in terms of s. So this is 4t. Find t in terms of s. So let us swap. Let's swap square root of t squared minus 4t plus 4 is equal to s. Square both sides. Square both sides. So square root of t squared minus 4t plus 4 all squared equal to s squared. So this means that t squared minus 4t plus 4 equal to s squared. Now let us try to factor this. Let's factor this. So if you go to this same website, go to factoring. I explained factoring. Factoring quadratic trinomial. Factoring quadratic trinomial. The coefficient of this is 1. The coefficient of this is 1. So we are good. We can just do it this way. T. 4 times t squared is 4t squared. And of course, if you have minus 2, it gives you minus 4. So minus 2 here, minus 2. If you do not understand what I just explained, please look at the videos and notes. It's both videos and notes on this same website. Okay, it deals with expressions, it deals with equations. So factoring is included. Factoring quadratic trinomials, which is quadratic expressions. Right? So now we continue. So this means that t minus 2 all squared, t minus 2 all squared is equal to s squared. Because t minus 2 times t minus 2 is t minus 2 all squared. Alright. Get the square root of both sides. Take the square root of both sides. So square root of t minus 2 all squared equal to square root of s squared. So this gives you t minus 2 equal to s. Add 2 to both sides. Add 2 to both sides. So t minus 2 plus 2 is equal to s plus 2. So t is equal to s plus 2. Option A. Option A. option A. Question 50. Question 50 is ACT. Whenever 3 times A plus 6B minus C is equal to 0, which of the following expressions is equal to A? Whenever 3 times A plus 6B minus C, 3 times A plus 6B, okay, in parentheses, then minus C is equal to 0. Which of the following expressions is equal to A? So solve this for A. Okay, kick C out. So rearrange, or you say add C to both sides. That's fine. 3A plus 6B minus C plus C equal to 0 plus C. So, this is gone. All right. Let's do our normal basketball shooting. I missed it. Don't worry. If we keep solving more questions, I think I'll get to the next one. Okay. So, this is 3 times A plus 6B equal to C. 0 plus C is C. Divide both sides by 3. So 3, and please, this is not the only method. I'm trying to explain, the basic method for beginners. Yeah. Some other people might say, distribute it. Why do you want to distribute anyway when you can make things easier? But it's not the only method. Okay, there are several other methods you can use and still get the answer right. However, remember that you're working with time. Typically this question should take you less than 30 seconds. Normally. I mean, if I was not explaining, this would take me less than 30 seconds to do. Okay, so when you practice more, this is just for the beginners. So when you practice more, you develop your skills to do a lot more in a minimum amount of time. All right. So divide both sides by 3. 3 times A plus 6B divided by 3 is C over 3. So we have that A plus 6B is equal to C over 3. Now remember, we are solving for A. Subtract 6B from both sides. Subtract 6B from both sides. Subtract from. So A plus 6B minus 6B is equal to C over 3 minus 6B. So A is equal to C over 3 minus 6B. Let us check the option to make sure it is there. Oh yeah, C over 3 minus 6B, option F is there. Thank God, we got it. All right, question 51. Question 51. Question 51 is JAMB. Make T the subject of the equation. And, the options here. The options here are somehow, honestly. I'm looking at these options and I'm like, oh wow. Okay, let's do it. So make T the subject of the equation. We have AB over 1 minus B. Because the main thing is to get the option. That's the main thing. I mean, we can go ahead and, of course, we'll go ahead and solve for t right away. Then we'll make sure we get to what is in the option. That is the main thing. It has to be in the option. All right, AV divided by 1 over V equal to cube root of 2V plus T over A plus 2T, A plus 2T. So we are solving this for T. All right. Let us swap. Let's swap. Let us swap. Cube root of 2V plus T over A plus 2T is equal to AV over 1 minus V. Cube both sides. Cube both sides. So cube root of 2V plus T over A plus 2T all cube is equal to AV over 1 minus V all cube. All right? So then we have 2V plus T all over A plus 2T equal to AV. Let us simplify that. We have AV all cube all over 1 minus V all cube. Right? So we are going to, because we have T here and we have T here, we've got to, we will have to expand this. We've got to do it because we are going to do cross multiply, and we'll eventually, we'll eventually have to expand it. We will eventually have to do that. Okay, look at what I'm saying here. So this, if you do cross product, cross multiply, the butterfly method, like I said, it has to be only one term on the left and one term on the right that are fractions. That is the only time you use cross multiply. We explained that in part 3 of the video we did. Okay, so this will be 2V plus T times 1 minus V all cube equal to A plus 2T times AV all cube. We've got to simplify all this. We have to do that. All right. So let's get 1 minus V all cube. And JAMB, you know this question, you have to do it in less than 2 minutes. You will do this question, you are supposed to do this question less than 2 minutes. Or about approximately 2 minutes. Alright? And yes, you can. I can do this question in less than 2 minutes. So, or about 2 minutes. Okay, I took JAMB, come on. Okay? Come on. I took JAMB. I told you, and I said, I have a degree in civil engineering from Futo in Nigeria. So please, it's doable. Now, you can't come and start, you want to do FOIL. You have, you don't want to do 1 minus V times 1 minus V, and then you get a trinomial, and then you multiply it by the other binomial. You don't want to do that. It will waste time. It's going to waste time. Okay? It will waste time. If you do this, it wastes time. You can do it, but you're looking at time. You You're looking at time. So if you do the first two binomials using FOIL, then you get a trinomial, and then you multiply it by the binomial. You can do that, but I don't want to teach you that. I don't want you to use that, but you can do that. But I would recommend you use Pascal's triangle. It's much easier for expanding this, and it will save you time. Okay. If you do not know Pascal's triangle, go to my website, look for, it's under, I think it's under discrete math. Either finite math or discrete math. Binomial expansion and Pascal's triangle. Alright, you'll see the video there. So look at it. It might also be under algebra. It might. Okay, so that is what I will use to save time. That is what I will use. So I have 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Alright, so this will give me 1 cube plus 1 squared negative v, sorry, plus 2 times plus, well, this is 0, 1, 2, 3. I have to make 3. 1, 3, 3, 1. Alright, so this will give me 1 cube plus 3 times 1 squared times negative v plus 3 times 1 times negative v all squared plus 1 times, this is of course 1 times 1 cube, plus 1 times negative v all cube. This is it here, the expansion, honestly. So this will be 1 plus 3 times 1 is 3 times negative v, negative 3v plus 3 times 1 is 3 times negative, well, if you want me to slow down to show our work. So this is 1 times 1 cube is 1 plus 3 times 1 times negative v plus 3 times 1, 3 times negative v all squared is negative v times negative v. And that is v squared. Alright, it's still v squared. 3 times v squared. V squared. Because negative v times negative v. Negative times negative is positive. V times v is v squared. Plus negative v all cube is negative v cube. Negative times negative, positive, times negative, negative. V times v, v squared, times v, v cube. So this is 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cube. That is it here. That is it here. So, do you see how I just did this right away? Than coming to fold this, you know, FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. You know that. To multiply 2 binomials. Then you will get a trinomial. Then you now multiply the trinomial times the binomial again. Alright, so this will give us 2v plus t times 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cubed equal to, let's expand that. This is a cubed v cubed times a plus 2t. Right? Okay, let's expand it. So 2v times 1. If you want me to show all my work, I can. If you want me to show all my work, I can. Because some students, they make mistake in this expansion. So I want to show you, some students make mistake in expanding this kind. So let me wake my computer. Okay, so this is this, folks, here. 2v plus t, like, let me give you a good advice. 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cubed. So this is 2v times 1, 2v times negative 3v, 2v times 3v squared. Write it out first. before you do multiply it. Alright? 2v times 1, 2v times negative 3v, 2v times 3v squared, 2v times negative v cubed, t times 1, t times negative 3v, t times 3v squared, and then t times negative v cubed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you don't miss any one. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 2 times 4, 8. Okay, so you don't want to miss anyone. You don't want to overlook anyone. Now, some people would. One of the schools I taught in America. So I had this student. She said, "Mr. C, this is the way I learned it. Just do like this, bam, 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 bam." That is okay. If you want to do it that way, that's okay. Alright? Provided you don't miss anyone. That's the problem. Especially when you have a tetranomial multiplying a pentanomial. If you have a tetranomial 4 times, polynomial of 4 times, multiplying a pentanomial, polynomial of 5 times, have to be careful so you don't miss anyone. Alright, so this is 2v times 1 is 2v, 2v times negative 3v is negative 6v, 2v times 3v squared is 6v cubed, 2v times negative v cubed is negative 2v exponent 4, t times 1 is t, t times negative 3v is negative 3vt, t times 3v squared is 3v squared t. T times negative v cubed is negative v cubed t. Alright. And of course, you know that this one here, a cubed v cubed times a plus 2t. Yeah, this one is pretty straightforward. This is a 4v cubed plus 2a cubed v cubed t. Right? 2a cubed v cubed t. Alright, so we now have, let us see if we can add anyone. This is 2v times negative 3v is negative 6v squared. Negative 6v squared. So we cannot add anything, so we write it out like that. Let's write it out that way. So we have 2v minus 6v squared plus 6v cubed minus 2v exponent 4 plus t minus 3vt plus 3v squared t minus v cubed t equal to a 4v cubed plus 2a cubed v cubed t. Alright, let's get all the t's. Let's get all the t's to the left hand side and move every other thing. Let's get all the like terms in t's. So rearrange. Alright, get all the like terms in t's on your left. Move other folks to the right. Rearrange. So we have a t minus 3vt plus 3v squared t minus v cubed t minus 2a cubed v cubed t equal to move the rest out, because this is minus here, so move the rest out, equal to a 4v cubed, the person already there, the guy already there. Let's wait my computer. A 4v cubed, the guy already there. Then move the rest, minus 2v plus 6v squared minus 6v cubed plus 2v4. All right. After doing this, count to make sure you did not count it, to make sure you did not skip anything, miss anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now factor the GCF on your left-hand side. Factor by GCF. Factor by GCF on your left-hand side. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. So T is, we now have 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cubed minus 2a cubed v cubed equal to all these. A 4v cubed minus 2v plus 6v squared minus 6v cubed plus 2v exponent 4. Okay, divide both sides by this. Divide both sides by all these. Okay, so this is what I mean. T 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cubed minus 2a cubed v cubed. I know some people will tell me, Mr. C, don't waste time. Just don't waste time, just do it. But don't worry, this is for beginners, okay? I want to show all my work. So 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared, let's make this to fit in. Plus 3v squared minus v cubed minus 2a cubed v cubed divided by 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cubed minus 2a cubed v cubed equal to a 4v cubed minus 2v plus 6v squared minus 6v cubed plus 2v4 all over 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cubed minus 2a cubed v cubed. All right. Bam. Bam, bam. So we now have that at T we now have that our T is equal to a4v cubed minus 2v plus 6v squared minus 6v cubed plus 2v4 all over 1 minus 3v plus 3v squared minus v cubed minus 2a cubed v cubed. Okay, and guess what? You look at the option here, it is not, this is not there. It's not there. How do we get something that is in the option? How do we do that? So we have to simplify. We just have to do that. Okay, so let's see, in the first one, in the numerator, we can factor by, the GCF there is V. We can factor by V. We can factor by V. And also, before you do that, look at the option they are giving you. From the options there, it's going to be either option C or option D. The answer there, the option, I'm looking at it here, it's going to be option C or D. So, and if you look at both C and D, they factored just the other part. They didn't include A4V cube. They did not. They did not include A4V cube. They did not. So, because we want to get the option. And in the denominator, they did not include 2A cube V cube in the part of the factoring. Okay. And from what I'm seeing there, from what I'm seeing here in the option, you will have to make use of this. You will have to make use of this. This is 1 minus V all cube. We will have to make use of it here. We will. We will have to make use of this here. So let us do it. So this will be T equal to A4V cube. Factor now this one by GCF. The GCF here would be 2V. 2V. So let's get minus 2V. Let's get minus 2V and see if we can get this. So we'll do minus 2V. Minus 2V divided by minus 2V is 1. Plus 6V squared divided by negative 2V is minus 3V. Minus 6V cubed divided by minus 2V is plus 3V squared. 2V4 divided by minus 2V is minus V cubed. So this here is the same thing here. This here, this right here, this right here is the same thing here. See that? So we are getting to something that looks like because we want something that looks we want to get something that looks like the option. That is what we want. We want something that looks like the option. Alright? Now, but the option didn't have minus. The option didn't have minus 2V. So, because we are working with time, so the option didn't have minus 2V. So what we can do is to have it look like what it has in the option. I hope I wrote the option well. So this is with minus 2V. But if we had plus 2V, if we had this as plus 2V, then this would be negative 1. No. Let's do it as minus 2V. Let's do it as minus 2V. Okay? And we'll just make sure we have what we have in the option. All over. And here, as you can see here right away, this right away is the same thing as here. 1 minus 3V plus 3V squared minus V cubed minus 2A cubed V cubed. So this T will be equal to A4V cubed minus 2V times 1 minus V cubed all over 1 minus V cubed minus 2A cubed V cubed. Do you see that? Alright. We are getting things that look like the option. Then the next thing now would be to get what looks like the option. In the option, we don't see exactly like this. We're done. However, because we want something that looks like that in the option, we can multiply both sides by -1 to get the equivalent fraction. Because we want something that is in the option. We don't see minus 2v, we don't. But I see 2v, and I see minus a4v cubed. So that tells me that they did, and they did something. I look at the numerator and the denominator, and we can get the equivalent fraction. So multiply both the numerator and the denominator by -1. It is still okay, because you are doing it. It's just like saying 2/3, -2 over -3. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Alright? So it is the equivalent fraction. Because we want to get the answer in the option. We want to. So we multiply both sides, both the numerator and the denominator by -1. Whatever you do to the numerator, you do to the denominator. It is still okay. So, I mean, just for you to get the answer in the option, because that is the most important thing, for you to get the answer in the option. So we now have t equal to -a4v cubed plus, now, plus. Because this is like saying, okay, let me explain. -1 a4v cubed minus 2v times 1 minus v cubed. Okay, let me use bracket here. All over -1 1 minus v all cubed minus 2a cubed v cubed. Okay, so t will be -a4v cubed plus 2v times 1 minus v cubed all over -1 minus v cubed plus 2a cubed v cubed. So they don't want the negative in front, no. So rearrange this. So t will be 2v 1 minus v cubed minus a4v cubed all over 2a cubed v cubed minus 1 minus v cubed. This is the answer that is in the option. And that is option D. Option D. We did it. We did it. We did it. Thank God we did it. Okay, folks, because we have more questions to do, so let's get more of this done, okay? Question 52. Question 52 is ACT. If 3x plus a is equal to 9. Oh, this one is 2. Okay. I don't want to say easy, okay? But it's not challenging, it's not. If 3x plus a is equal to 9, you can do this in 10 seconds or even 5 seconds. ACT. One question is a minute. But this question you can do it in 10 seconds. If 3x plus a equal to 9, then in terms of a, x is equal to what? So solve this for x. Subtract a from both sides. 3x plus a minus a equal to 9 minus a. A minus a, that's gone. So 3x is 9 minus a. Divide both sides by 3. 3x divided by 3. 9 minus a divided by 3. Bam, bam. So x is equal to 9 minus a divided by 3. Question, let's check the option. 9 minus 8 divided by 3. Option D. Yeah. Question 53 is JAMB. JAMB. Okay. If PQ plus 1, if PQ plus 1 is equal to Q squared, and T is equal to 1 over P minus 1 over PQ. Express T in terms of Q. Express T in terms of Q only. Express T in terms of Q only. Okay? Express T in terms of Q means we want to see only T and Q. Only T and Q. We don't want to see P. We don't. We do not want to see P. Alright. And let's call this, equation 1. We can call this equation 1. Equation 1. So from equation 1, PQ will be Q squared minus 1. Alright, PQ, if you subtract 1 from both sides, PQ will be Q squared minus 1. So we now have our PQ. We have our PQ. Because we want to express T in terms of Q. We don't want to see P. We do not want P. We do not. Alright, from equation 1 also, because let's solve for P. From equation 1, we can also just do it from here as well. P is equal to Q squared minus 1 divided by Q. So our P here, our P here. We do not want to see P. We just want to see T and Q only. So, alright. Now substitute in equation 2. So T will be equal to 1 over 1 divided by Q squared minus 1 over Q. Minus 1 over Q squared minus 1. Do you see that? Alright, let us deal with this first. This means if you have 1 divided by Q squared minus 1 over Q. So this means 1 divided by Q squared minus 1 over Q. And it means 1 times Q over Q squared minus 1. When you convert division to multiplication, you flip the fraction on your right hand side, the second fraction. You flip it. So this is Q over Q squared minus 1. That is this. Okay. Let us finish this. This is question 53. So we now have that T is equal to Q over Q squared minus 1 minus 1 over Q squared minus 1. Right? They have the same denominator. They have the same denominator. So go ahead and subtract the numerator. So this means that T is equal to Q minus 1 over Q squared minus 1. Just JAMB, come on, look at JAMB. They will not stop at this, no. They want you to know factoring, difference of two squares. You look at the option is not here at all, no. Because they want to check your knowledge of difference of two squares. Q squared minus 1 is the same thing as q squared minus 1 squared, which is q plus 1 times q minus 1. And factoring, you go to the same website, factoring by difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. So t is q minus 1 over q plus 1 times q minus 1. Cross out. Bam, bam. So this implies that t is 1 over q plus 1. And that is option C. Option C. Okay, next one is question 54. 54 is ACT. ACT. If the equation 5y plus n equal to m, for the equation 5y plus n equal to m, which of the following expressions gives y in terms of m and n? So solve this for y. Subtract n from both sides. Subtract n from both sides. 5y plus n minus n equal to m minus n. Bam. It goes. So 5y is m minus n. Divide both sides by 5. Divide both sides by 5. So 5y divided by 5 is m minus n divided by 5. Bam, bam. So y is equal to m minus n divided by 5. Option F. Option F. Okay. Question 55. We are getting there. Question 55. We are getting there. Question 55 is JAMB. JAMB. Okay. It says, write H in terms of A, B, C, D. If A is equal to B times 1 minus CH all over 1 minus DH. 1 minus DH. Okay, we are solving for H. For H. Cross multiply. Alright? Let's do cross multiply because this means A over 1. This means A over 1. B 1 minus CH over 1 minus DH. If you want, you can multiply both sides by 1 minus DH. You can do that. You can. So this is cross product, cross multiply. So A times 1 minus DH equal to 1 times B times 1 minus CH. So A minus ADH is B times 1 minus CH because we need to distribute. A minus ADH is B minus BCH. Alright, we don't want to deal with, I don't like dealing with negative coefficients. I do not. So what we are going to do is we rearrange, we bring this, we will collect like terms in H. We shall collect like terms in H and avoid negative coefficients. Avoid that. So I'm going to bring this over here and take this out here. So this over here will be negative ADH plus BCH equal to B minus A. Rearrange this. This is BCH minus ADH equal to B minus A. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. GCF is H. So H, BC minus AD equal to B minus A. Alright? So, we come here. Now divide both sides by BC minus AD. So H times BC minus AD divided by BC minus AD equal to B minus A divided by BC minus AD. Bam, bam. So H is equal to B minus A over BC minus AD. Let us check the option. B minus A over BC minus AD. Alright. So I do not see the option. I do not see B minus A over BC minus AD. I do not. So guess what? We multiply both sides by negative, both the numerator and denominator by -1. We do that. Alright? We do that. Now I do not see this, so we do that because we have to get what is in the option. We have to. So if we do that, this will be H will be -1 times B minus A over -1 times BC minus AD. And that will give us negative B plus A over negative BC plus AD. It is still equivalent, provided it is equivalent fraction. We are doing it so we can get the options. So H will now be A minus B over AD minus BC. And that is the answer here. That is the option A. Option A. Now, another way we could have done it is if we move the other guy, if we didn't want to multiply that, we could move this. Like if we did not want to multiply this, we could do it this way. We could move that. We could move from here. From here, we could move. If we have A minus ABH equal to B minus BCH. Move this here and move this here. So we have A minus B is minus BCH plus ABH. Alright, so this will be A minus B equal to ABH minus BCH. Then swap. ABH minus BCH equal to A minus B. Then factor by GCF. H, AD minus BC equal to A minus B. And then you divide both sides by AD minus BC. Alright, you now have H equal to A minus B over AD minus BC. I mean, you could do that. If we didn't want to multiply, we could do that. Now, some people will say, okay, Mr. C, you skipped a step. Oh, come on. You know, I have been showing all my work all along. Huh? I have been showing all my work all along, right? AD minus BC over AD minus BC, A minus B over AD minus BC. So H will now be A minus B over AD minus BC. You know, I am actually, like, to be honest, like I said in the beginning, the way I did it in my notes is already explained well. However, I still want to help those students that need a verbal explanation and that need all the steps. Like, okay, how did you get this? I want to see it. You know, that is why I'm taking time to do this video. Yeah. All right, folks. Question 56. Question 56. Ooh, I got this one. I got it. Question 56 is ACT. Whenever BD minus K, whenever BD minus K is equal to Y, and D is not equal to 0, then B is equal to what? So this means solve this for B. That is what it means, solve for B. Add K to both sides. Add K to both sides. So BD minus K plus K equal to Y plus K. Minus K plus K, gone. So BD is equal to Y plus K. Divide both sides by D. Divide both sides by D. So BD over D is Y plus K over D. Bam, bam. So B is equal to Y plus K over D. That's it. Now let us make sure the option is there. Yeah, option A. Option A. All right. Question 57. We have some more, okay, to solve. Don't worry. I want us to at least do a lot. To kind of do a lot. Question 57 is JAMB. JAMB. Jambito. Jambite. So make U the subject of the formula. S is equal to square root of 6 over U minus W over 2. So let us swap. Let's swap square root of 6 over U minus W over 2 equal to S. Square both sides. Square both sides. Square root of 6 over U minus W over 2 all squared is equal to S squared. So 6 over U minus W over 2 equal to S squared. Add W over 2 to both sides. Add W over 2 to both sides. So we have 6 over u minus w over 2 plus w over 2 equal to s squared plus w over 2. This goes. So we have 6 over u equal to, let us, because we need to, from what I see here, we need to add this. We need to. So this is s squared over 1 plus w over 2. So 6 over u is equal to, LCD is 2. 1 into 2 is 2. 2 times s squared, 2s squared, plus 2 into 2 is 1. 1 times w. Now we cross multiply. Cross multiply to make it easier for us. So cross multiply. So u times 2s squared plus w equal to 6 times 2. So divide both sides by 2s squared plus w. So u times 2s squared plus w divided by 2s squared plus w equal to 6 times 2 is 12 divided by 2s squared plus w. Bam, bam. So our u is equal to 12 over 2s squared plus w. As it. Okay? So let's check the option. 12 over 2s squared plus w. Option C. Okay. Question 58 is ACT. For all non-zero values of A, B, and C, which of the following is the solution for x of the equation? So we have AX plus B equal to C. Oh, come on. For x. This will take you 5 seconds to do, right? I mean, if we've been doing problems like this, right? Okay, so subtract b from both sides. Ax plus b minus b is c minus b. So this goes. So we have ax equal to c minus b. Divide both sides by a. Ax divided by a is c minus b divided by a. Bam, bam. So x is c minus b over a. That's it. C minus b over a. Option K. All right. Question 59. We are. Don't worry, okay? We have some more to do. Question 59 is JAMB. JAMB. Make y the subject of the formula. So we have z equal to x squared plus 1 over y cubed. Z equal to x squared plus 1 over y cubed. This is the way I like to write my z, like this. So you do not think it is 2, you know. So don't think it's 2. Because some people, they might write fast. They write fast and they write z, and then it looks like 2. So, okay. So we want to solve this for y. kick this person out. Subtract x squared from both sides. So z minus x squared is x squared plus y over y cubed, 1 over y cubed minus x squared. X squared minus x squared is gone. Now, let us swap. 1 over y cubed equal to z minus x squared. Do you know, to make it easy for us, I want us to do a trick, like real fast, because it's JAMB. Like, this is 1 over y cubed equal to z minus x squared over 1. Do you know you can just take the reciprocal of both sides? You can just take the reciprocal of both sides right away. So y cubed over 1 equal to 1 over z minus x squared. So this means that y cubed is equal to 1 over z minus x squared. You can take the reciprocal of both sides. You can do that. It saves you time. However, you can still do cross multiply. You can still do cross multiply. I write this. Or you can still do cross multiply. But you can take reciprocal of both sides, provided you have one term fraction, only one term fraction on the left and one term only on the right. And you have equal to. You can take the reciprocal of both sides. You can do that, just like I did here. Okay? Or, if you think it will confuse you, you can do cross product. So y cubed times z minus x squared equal to 1 times 1. Then you divide both sides by z minus x squared. So y cubed times z minus x squared divided by z minus x squared is 1 over z minus x squared. Bam, bam. Then you have y cubed equal to 1 divided by z minus x squared. We can now take the cube root. Take the cube root of both sides. So cube root of y cubed is cube root of 1 over z minus x squared. So y is equal to cube root. Now, if you look at this, y equal to cube root of 1 over z minus x squared. The option is not there. This option is not there. So we have to do some more work. So we have to simplify further. So y is cube root of 1 over cube root of z minus x squared. So y will be 1 over cube root of z minus x squared. All right. This option again is not there. But look at the option that was there. 1 over z minus x squared all exponent 1 over 3. Now this option is the one that was there. Yeah, this option is the one that is there, not that was there. This option is the one that is there, and that is option C. Option C. Let me explain something real fast. A mistake that students make. So you have option D like this. You have, please, let me repeat this. Cube root, you have option D as this. 1 over cube root of z minus cube root of x squared. This is wrong. This is incorrect. It is incorrect. Cube root of z minus x squared is not equal to cube root of z minus cube root of x squared. Take note of that. It's not. Some students make this kind of mistake. It's not. And like I said, anytime you are confused about this, try it with real numbers. That is arithmetic. Try it with arithmetic. If I have said it several times, even in my previous videos, if it does not work for arithmetic, it will not work for algebra. I repeat, if it does not work for arithmetic, it will not work for algebra. You ask yourself this: is cube root of 8 minus 1 squared, okay, cube root of 8 minus 1 squared is cube root of 8 minus 1, which is cube root of 7. Is cube root of 7 the same thing as, is it the same thing as cube root, is it the same thing as cube root of 8 minus cube root of 1 squared? That is what you ask yourself. You try it with real numbers, with numbers, and see. You do it arithmetic. If it does not work for arithmetic, it will not work for algebra. So if it does not work for numbers, it will not work for variables. It will not. So this is 2, cube root of 8 is 2, minus cube root of 1 squared is cube root of 1. So this is 2 minus 1, which is 1. Is cube root of 7 the same thing as 1? No, it's not. Now this is asking questions. If you see equal to and you see question mark, it means I am asking question. Alright? So take note of this. Take note of it. Because some people might check option D and that is incorrect. Alright, question 60. Question 60. Question 60 is ACT. Which of the following is an equivalent expression for R in terms of S and T whenever R, S, and T are all distinct and S is equal to RT minus 3 over R minus T? So we are looking for R. So if you like, you can multiply both sides by R minus T. You can do that. Or you can do cross multiply. Which one do you want us to do? We can multiply both sides by 1 over R minus, by R minus T. Would you like us to do that? Or you can do S over 1 equal to RT minus 3 over R minus T. And we use cross multiply. Okay, we have done a lot of cross multiply. So let us multiply both sides by R minus T. So R minus T times S is equal to RT minus 3 times R minus T. RT minus 3 over, because we want to remove the fraction, all over R minus T times, you know what, let me put it in first. R minus T times S equal to R minus T times RT minus 3 over R minus T. Okay, so this means S times R minus T, let us put it well, rearrange it well, equal to RT minus 3. Right? So distribute SR minus ST equal to RT minus 3. Rearrange, collect the like terms in R. Collect the like terms in R. So SR minus RT equal to minus 3 plus ST. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. GCF is R. So R, parenthesis S minus T equal to, now we can rearrange this. I do not like seeing negative coefficient. So we can just write this as ST minus 3. We shall look at the option, to make sure our answer is in the option. Because that is the main thing for multiple choice questions. All right. So we divide both sides by S minus T. So R times S minus T over S minus T equal to ST minus 3 over S minus T. Bam, bam. So R is equal to ST minus 3 over S minus T. Yes, option A. Option A. Yes. Okay. Question 61. Question 61, guess what? Guess what it is? JAMB. Question 61. JAMB. Jambito. If x over a plus 1 plus y over b, please, your b should not look like 6. You see, I avoid using z because some people might think it is 2. I avoid using b because some people might think it is 6. I avoid using s because some people might think it's 5. So if you're using z, we write it, we cross in the middle, we have a line that crosses the middle part. So, but anyway, just be careful on that. If x over a plus 1 plus y over b is equal to 1, make y the subject of the relation. So solve this for y. Subtract x over a plus 1 from both sides. So we have x over a plus 1 plus y over b minus x over a plus 1 equal to 1 minus x over a plus 1. Bam, bam. So we now have y over b equal to 1. Okay, I'm looking at the options. I am looking at the options and we need to subtract, we need to solve this. So this is a plus 1 over a plus 1 minus x over a plus 1. I mean, we can still do it 1 over 1 if you want to. That's fine. So we have y over b equal to a plus 1 minus x over a plus 1. All right, let's cross multiply. Cross multiply. So we have this, and we have this. So we have y times a plus 1 is equal to b times a plus 1 minus x. Divide both sides by a plus 1. Divide both sides by a plus 1. So y times a plus 1 divided by a plus 1 is b times a plus 1 minus x divided by a plus 1. So y is equal to b times a plus 1 minus x over a plus 1. That is option A. Is there? Option A. Next one is question 62. Question 62. It's JAMB. JAMB. Given m is equal to m square root of SL over T. Make T the subject of the formula. So solve this for T. Alright? Let us swap. Break this up. So this is n square root of SL over T equal to m. Divide both sides by n. Divide both sides by n. So n square root of SL over T divided by n is equal to m divided by n. Bam, bam. So we now have square root of SL over T equal to m divided by n. Square both sides. 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 Alright, so we now have square root of SL over T all squared equal to m over n all squared. So SL over T equal to m squared over n squared. True. Missed it. Okay. Hopefully I'll get another one. If the shock still remains. Alright, so let's cross product. Cross multiply. Butterfly method. Cross multiply. So we have Tm squared is equal to SLN squared. Divide both sides by n squared. Divide both sides by n squared. Tm squared over n squared equal to SLN squared over n squared. So our T is equal to SLN squared over m squared. Alright, so what we have here is n squared SL over m squared. N squared SL over m squared. Option B. Okay. Question 63. Question 63. JAMB. 63 is JAMB. Okay. So we have P is Q. If P is equal to bracket Q parenthesis r minus t, close parenthesis, all over 15, close bracket, exponent 1 over 3. Make t the subject of the relation. So solve for t. Solve for t. Alright, can we just go ahead and cube both sides? Let us cube both. I mean, we are going to swap. That's fine. But for now, let us cube both sides. Cube both sides. So p cubed is equal to cube r minus t over 15, 1 over 3 times 3. Bam, bam. So we now have that p cubed is equal to q times r minus t all over 15. Multiply 15 by both sides. Multiply 15 by both sides. Or you can still do cross products. You can. But that's okay. Let us just multiply 15 by both sides. 15 times p cubed is equal to 15 times, let's use bracket because we have parentheses there. So we have q times r minus t all over 15. So we have 15p cubed equal to, this goes bam bam, q times r minus t. Okay? Divide q by both sides. Not divide q by both sides. Come on. Divide both sides by q. Divide both sides by q. So 15p cubed over q equal to q times r minus t all over q. Bam, bam. So 15p cubed over q is equal to r minus t. I don't want to, please, this is JAMB. I explained something in part 3, how some people will do it. They add t to both sides, and then you add t to both sides, and then you subtract 15p cubed over q from both sides. I want you to learn how to rearrange. Honestly, I want you to learn how to rearrange. This is minus t. We just bring it over here, it becomes plus t. And this is 15p cubed divided by q. We take it over here, it becomes minus. Alright? So please, I want you to learn that way. Learn how to rearrange. But if you want, I want you to learn how to rearrange. Because with rearranging, take minus t over there, it becomes plus t. Equal to, arrow is there. Now you take, this is plus 15p cubed divided by q. It is plus on the left. If it moves to the right, it becomes minus. Minus 15p cubed over q. But if you really want me to, explain it another way, okay, we can add t to both sides because we are looking for t. We can add t to both sides, so that is 15p cubed. 15p cubed over q plus t equal to r minus t plus t. So this goes here. So you have 15p cubed over q plus t equal to r. Then you now say subtract 15p cubed divided by q. Yeah, I didn't say divided by q. Let me wake up my laptop. So, you now say subtract 15p cubed divided by q from both sides. Subtract from both sides. Subtract 15p cubed over q from both sides. Subtract from. So this is 15p cubed over q plus t minus 15p cubed over q is equal to r minus 15p cubed over q. Right? Okay. So t will be this. So t is equal to r minus 15p cubed over q. Alright? Now let us check the option. Okay, the option is not there. So they want us to simplify. They want us to simplify. It's not a problem. So we now have t is r minus 15p cubed over q. T will be LCD is q. This is r over 1. LCD is q. 1 divided q is q. Q times r is qr minus q divided q is 1. 1 times 15p cubed is 15p cubed. So we have q r minus 15p cubed over q. Oh, I'm sorry, this option was there. I'm sorry, this option was there. Yeah, this option was there, and that is option C. Yeah, option C. Okay, question 64. It's JAMB. JAMB. Question 64 is JAMB. For P equal to S plus SM squared over NR over NR. Make S the subject of the relation. So solve this for S. Alright. Let us swap. S plus SM squared over NR is P. Let's solve this. Alright, so this is S over 1 plus SM squared over NR equal to P. LCD of 1 and NR is NR. 1 divided NR is NR. NR times S is NRS plus NR divided NR is 1. 1 times SM squared is SM squared. Now equal to P. We can do cross multiply. Saves us time. This is P over 1. So we can just do cross multiply. We can. Or you can multiply both sides by NR. It doesn't matter. So this is 1 times NRS plus SM squared is equal to PNR. So NRS plus SM squared is PNR. 1 times that is that. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. GCF is S. So we have S, NR plus M squared equal to PNR. Divide both sides by NR plus M squared. So S times NR plus M squared divided by NR plus M squared equal to PNR over NR plus M squared. So cross out, wake up, wake up. So S is equal to, because I don't want to log in again, I don't. So I know I can set the computer so that the power will not go off, so it will not sleep. No, I don't want it like, I want to conserve energy. So S will be P n arrow over n arrow plus n squared. And that is our S. Let us see if the option is there. Okay, so the option I see here is, S equal to n arrow P over n arrow plus n squared. Yeah, and that is the correct answer. Option A. Option A. Question 65. Question 65. JAMB. Jambito. So S is equal to square root of 2r plus t divided by 2rt divided by 2rt. So make r the subject of the formula, which means solve this for r. Solve it for r. Okay, let us just let's swap. Square root of 2r plus t over 2rt equal to s. Square both sides. Square root of 2r plus t over 2rt all squared is equal to s squared. So this means that 2r plus t over 2rt is equal to s squared. You can do s squared over 1 and cross multiply. Or we can multiply both sides by 2rt. We can do that also. Multiply both sides by 2rt. So we have 2rt times 2r plus t over 2rt is equal to 2rt times s squared. We have 2r plus t is equal to 2rt s squared. Alright. Look at the option, we don't have negative t. Look at the option, we do not have negative t. And we want to avoid negatives. I do. Okay? I do. I want to avoid negatives. So what I'm going to do, I'll rearrange. I'll put this guy over here. I'll move this guy over here. Okay? So t will be 2r t s squared minus 2r. And then we swap. So 2r t s squared minus 2r equal to t. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. Factor the left-hand side by GCF. And the GCF is 2r. The GCF is 2r. So this will be 2r ts squared minus 1 is equal to t. Divide both sides by ts squared by 2 times ts squared minus 1. Excuse me. Divide both sides by 2 times ts squared minus 1. So we have 2r times ts squared minus 1 over 2 times ts squared minus 1 equal to t over 2 times ts squared minus 1. Right? Bam, 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 bam. So our r is t over 2 times ts squared minus 1. T over 2 times ts squared minus 1. Option B, that is option B. Option B. Question 66. Question 66. I hope it's making sense. I hope it's making sense. Okay? If gt squared minus k, this is JAMB, okay, this is JAMB, minus k minus w is equal to 0, make g the subject of the formula. Make g the subject of the formula. Oh, this looks like the ACT, right? Okay. Can we add k and w to both sides? Let's add k and w to both sides. Okay, so gt squared minus k minus w plus k plus w equal to 0 plus k plus w. Right? Minus k, gone. Minus w plus w, gone. So gt squared is equal to k plus w. We're solving this for g. Divide both sides by t squared. Divide both sides by t squared. So gt squared divided by t squared is k plus w divided by t squared. Bam, bam. So g is equal to k plus w over t squared. Option A. Option A. Alright, question 67 is ACT. Question 67 is ACT. Given that x is equal to 4a plus b over 3, which of the following expressions is equivalent to b? So solve this 4b. Multiply both sides by 3. Multiply both sides by 3. 3 times x is equal to 3 times 4a plus b over 3. Bam, bam. So 3 times x is 3x. Is equal to 4a plus b. Swap. 4a plus b is 3x. Subtract 4a from both sides. Subtract 4a from both sides. 4a plus b minus 4a equal to 3x minus 4a. 4a minus 4a, gone. So b is equal to 3x minus 4a. Option F. Option F. Question 68. Question 68 is ACT. If A is equal to 2C, B is equal to 6C, which of the following relationships holds between A and B for each non-zero value of C? Which of the following relationships holds between A and B for each non-zero value of C? So this is saying we want to see only A and B. We want to see only A and B. So let's look at this here. I mean, whatever we write, we want to look at the options. B is equal to 6C, which is also equal to 3 times 2C, because 3 times 2C is 6C. So B is equal to 3A. So B is equal to 3A. This is expressing B in terms of A. This is expressing B. This is expressing B in terms of A. In terms of A. Yeah. So we look at the option. The option is not there. The option wants us to express A in terms of B. So they want us to express A. I mean, they would have said that in the question, you know, so, but they did not. They just say, which of the following relationships holds between A and B for each non-zero value of C? So the option has it as express A in terms of B. Yeah. But that's, you know, if you look at the option, you'll see that is what they mean. So let's swap. So this is 3A equal to B. Divide both sides by 3. 3A divided by 3 equal to B divided by 3. Bam, bam. So A is B over 3. And the option there is A equal to 1 over 3 times B. Yeah, that's the same thing. So that is option E. Option E. Okay, we have 2 more and we call it a night. 2 more and we call it a night. 2 more to go and we call it a night. Question 69. Question 69. ACT. Whenever 4x plus 7 is equal to 2x minus g, 2x minus g, which of the following expressions must be equal to x? So solve this 4x. So please, folks, I mean, remember what we said in part 3. We want to make things fast. We want to solve this faster. So I'm not going to come and start solving this like minus 2x, minus 7, minus 2x, minus 7. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. Okay, but I want, like I said, I want you to know how to rearrange. All right. So if you want to do that, and you do that, that is fine. Okay? And I know that is what some of you will do. That's okay. Provided you get it right. However, this is ACT. Remember, you need to know how to rearrange right away. It's very important you know how to rearrange. It saves you time. And you know, I know that I'm teaching this for beginners, but to be honest, I want you to learn how to rearrange. That is actually what I want you to learn how to do. When you solve multi-step equations, where you see several variables, you see one variable but scattered a lot, where you have to use self-distributive property. If you keep doing it the way I did it, the way I just showed you, it will not save you time. It's good to know how to rearrange. This video is for beginners because I showed all my work. However, at the beginning of the video, I said it's good for you not to, once you have picked up the concept, you now start solving. Remember, your exams are timed exams. You need to get it correctly on time. Not just solving it right, but solving it right in the minimum and within the specified time. Okay? So the main thing is to get it right. Don't get me wrong. Okay? The main thing is to get it right. That is the main thing. Yeah, but you need to finish all the 60 questions. Because if you take your time and you do the first 30 or the first 40 and you don't attempt the last 20, you come out of the exam hall and you say, hey, this is easy, I would have done this, you know. So it's not just solving it well, but solving it on time. Okay? I will rearrange this. So this is 4x minus 2x equal to minus g minus 7. 4x minus 2x is 2x. Equal to minus g minus 7. You divide both sides by 2. Of course, by now you should know this is x minus g minus 7 over 2. Right away. You can do this question in less than 10 seconds. You know. But because I have been showing all my work, because this video is for beginners, this will be 2x over 2 is minus g minus 7 over 2. Bam, bam. So x is minus g minus 7 over 2. And that is option A. Option A. Alright, last but not the least. Last but not the least. So we can call it a night. Question 7A is ACT. When solved for y, what is 3x plus 5y minus 13 equal to 0? Okay, move 3x and minus 13. Alright? I know some people will just do minus 3x plus 13 minus 3x plus 13.